What's going on, gamers? It's Fox2, and today we're playing some Black Ops 2 multi-team team deathmatch on the map Turbine. Everybody loves this map. Bullshit. This map, you know, there's sometimes I like it, sometimes I really hate it, but there are definitely worse maps out there in Call of Duty, like the whole game of Ghosts, for example. Anyway, that's the only Ghost rant for this video. This game, I go 31-6. You'll see I kind of like to work this side of the map a lot. I don't know why. Just a tendency. It seems to work out pretty well for me. I'm using the Scar H with a silencer and a fast mag. And I really, really like this setup. You guys should try it out if you're still playing some Black Ops 2, which, if you're a Call of Duty fan, you're probably playing some Black Ops 2 because most people have gone back to that game. That being said, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk to you guys about a very, very serious issue, something that I feel is very important for everybody, not just in America to be aware of, but the entire world. And I want to talk to you about the menace that is Justin Bieber. This guy is an absolute fucking cunt. I can't explain to you how much I absolutely despise his entire existence. Everything about him is just a total and utter piece of shit. Okay, so I'm going to go through not a perfect timeline in order of events or anything crazy like that, but I'm just going to list off only some of the crazy shit that this kid has done and basically gotten away with, and why I really feel like the United States of America should take that last step and just deport his ass back to Canada. We don't need him. You can have him. Fuck off, Bieber. So let's just jump right in for a minute. Okay, first of all, let me start by saying that there is actually a petition that 270,000 American citizens signed. 270,000 people in the United States signed a petition saying that Justin Bieber should be deported. That is insane. That's over 250,000 people that don't want you even living in their country. I'll leave that one alone for you to think about for a minute. First of all, one of his offenses. This little bastard was caught on camera pissing in a mop bucket in a restaurant. Okay, first of all, we can assume that this was not just any restaurant. It was probably a fairly expensive, high-dollar restaurant. Why? Because he is, unfortunately, is a millionaire, multi-millionaire. And he doesn't even have the common decency to go to use the bathroom. He has to piss in a mop bucket for no good reason. I mean, common sense aside, that's just unsanitary. It's nasty. Yeah. Next, there was a flight. Himself and his father took a flight. I can't remember from where to where. I don't remember the destination or where it originated. But during the course of the flight, they smoked so much marijuana in the plane during the flight. They rented the flight, so it was a private flight, but they smoked so much marijuana during the course of the flight that the pilot and co-pilot locked the cabin doors and put on their air masks because they were afraid that they were going to fail mandatory FAA drug tests because there was so much weed smoke inside the plane. Highly illegal. Just a reminder. Highly illegal, okay? Secondly, on the same flight, they verbally abused and harassed the stewardesses, the flight attendants, so bad that they actually joined the pilot and co-pilot in the cockpit for the remainder of the flight. Nothing happens to Bieber or his father because they smoked all the weed. Okay, that's ridiculous. Okay, you can smell the weed in the plane. You have multiple eyewitness accounts, and still somehow this little bastard gets let off? That's ridiculous. At one point, he was actually arrested for suspicion of DUI and drag racing in Miami Beach. How is it suspicion of DUI and drag racing? Okay, how do you how is someone under the suspicion of drag racing on Miami Beach, a super populated area? I guarantee he wasn't doing this out in the middle of an industrial district or anything like that. It was probably right down the main drag where everybody could see his cocky little ass in his Ferrari or whatever, driving 150 miles an hour, drunk behind the wheel, underage. Ridiculous. Okay, the most recent. He egged his neighbor's house, and recently he was penalized. Finally, they've been able to stick something to this fucking kid. They penalized him with an $80,000 fine, which is nothing to him. He doesn't care about that. That's no big deal. 12 weeks of anger management and 2 years of probation, which will almost definitely get reduced after just a few months. I would imagine as soon as his anger management is done, his probation will be cut down to about a year at the most. Another instance. He hit a pedestrian when pulling away from, I believe it was a nightclub. He was pulling away, didn't hit him at high speed or anything like that, but actually hit, it was a paparazzi as I recall, and hit him, knocked him down, hurt him bad enough that an ambulance had to come and pick the guy up, and Bieber just sped away. Just drove off before the police even showed up. That is illegal. That's a hit and run. That is, I think, a felony. I don't know. Correct me in the comment section below. I don't know. I'm not a... By no stretch of the imagination am I a law student or lawyer or anything like that, but it is definitely illegal to have an automobile accident and leave the scene of the accident prior to giving your statement to an officer of the law. Definitely not legal. That is a hit and run. Those are the major things that he's had. I'm sure that there's been numerous other, including graffiti on public property in Brazil. I think it was at a recording studio or something like that. Sleeping with hookers around the world. Allegedly, he has paid women to cover up their pregnancies. I have no idea if that's true or false. I wouldn't put it past him, though, because he's a total piece of shit. Racist recordings of him singing over his own songs with incredibly racist comments and things of that nature. Look, the short and long of it is that this kid is completely worthless. And he is being allowed to run amok and just do whatever he wants anywhere in the world with zero repercussions. This is only going to snowball and get worse and worse and worse as he gets older and doesn't have to deal with his transgressions against the law. What needs to happen is the United States government needs to step in and just say, look, you have stepped across the line numerous times. Numerous times you've been in court for time after time after time of the same type of shit. Goodbye. You are no longer welcome here. You are not a U.S. citizen any longer. Go back to Canada. We don't want you anymore. They can deal with you. Go to Brazil. Go to Germany. Go anywhere but here, because we don't want you. The public is obviously speaking. 270,000 people took time out of their busy schedule, out of their day, to get online and sign a petition to the White House to have this kid deported. That's pretty bad, because I'm going to guarantee probably almost every single person on that list has never even met him, and they're bothering him that bad. This kid is a public menace and needs to be dealt with. My English skills are obviously working really well today. Long story short, look, I hate the kid. I hope that at the very least they deal with him somehow and do better than just giving him a slap on the wrist like they did for this egging of his neighbor's house. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that. And as always, have a great day.